Hi there, Hot Tops. I am the Mob, the producer of Hot to Glass with Over Great.
Yeah, call me Yoda Great. How y'all living? What's up?
I want to thank you for listening to High Off the Glass. Please follow the show on Instagram at High Off the Glass. That's with a T-A, not T-H-E. Twitter at the _ glass. Follow Over Great.
And follow me at all them social shits that y'all go to, that y'all like going to. My producer getting this sip on. Just follow me there if you want. If you don't, that's cool too. But check out the show because you'll love it. It's dope.
Also follow the show on Facebook at High Off the Glass. Email the show at hightoglass at gmail.com. Please subscribe to the show. Enough for me.
I think it's
He's dying.
I'm dying. This is some good shit. Holla back. Oh, yes, yes.
First things first.
Welcome everybody. We finally got it going for another episode. You know what I'm saying? For High Off the Glass. What's up? Welcome everybody. Welcome. We are so happy to have everybody in the building today. You know, we blessed to have BIG start off our show. Want to introduce my my guest this week, man. I'm happy to have this man on. He is a fan of the Timberwolves. I don't know why. No, I do know why, but you know what I'm saying? That's his prerogative. He has a legit reason, I guess. And as my boy, I've known him for a long time. He is aficionado when it comes to sports and a lot of other things. Give it up to Mr. Man, we smoke too much. What is it? Josh Boekesch, everybody.
Thank you. What a glorious introduction.
You know,
oh, man.
Right, Doug? You thought he was Doug? Right, and everybody... He thought Dwight, fam? Seriously?
Dwight around your lips. Oh.
No, there's none of that. You want to do it yourself? You know, feel free. Feel free. Shit. We got this. We got that. That's right.
That will be the first and last time that gets played.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, for real. The psych. Everybody, give it up for the mob. Mr. Marcus Boss is in the house. Everybody, give it up for him. You know what I'm saying? He's always lurking in the shadow.
I used to have just an app that just did that. Unfortunately, it's not.
You really gonna go to that? Like that's what you wanna?
No,
you wanna play that right now?
No, that's my preferred sound effect.
Go to that whack ass app. The app. You know what I'm saying? I want to tell you one thing. That shit you had. Okay, we're gonna kick the show off. Everybody, we're gonna jump into marijuana first because that's what we do. We do a plethora of things. Actually, you know what? No. I can't even start there, even though I want to, because that shit we smoked was amazing. But we're recording this on January. Is this the 8th? January 8th. 7th?
Yeah.
January 7th, 2021.
December 38th of 2020. It's just never ending.
December 38th. Well, man, it said December 38th of 2020. You ain't lying, Jay. It felt like the year is not changed.
We'll start recognizing 2021 as soon as something cool happens.
Yeah, we had something cool. We had something really cool in Georgia. You know, we got Reverend Warnock and John Ossoff. Both won.
Representing for the chosen ones.
Oh, in the house. Jews stand up. Shoot, what I got for you? Oh. That's the best you gonna get. Unless you want to do the Jamaican horn, feel free. You steady trying to find it. I'll feel for you. But yeah, man, I think that was amazing. There you go. Do you look goofy as hell, dude? You look like you about 7 years old.
Jews in the Senate.
Need to have as many as we can, as long as they cool.
Much mazel.
And tough.
Yeah. No, yeah. I was actually like, it really is. This is like on what has already been just a massive disappointment for the Trump community. Now they just lost Georgia to a black dude and a Jew and I don't know how they're going to handle it.
Man, oh my God, say it again. A brother and a Jew.
Give it up for them, folks.
You know what I'm saying? For real. All right. It's amazing. We want to hit every sound effect we can play.
Hava, Nagila, Hava, Nagila, Hava, Nagila, Mesham. This show's already completely fallen apart.
Off the rails.
2021, baby.
Dude.
New spirit.
But
it is very uplifting. I was actually I was up last night because I'm sure we will get
you
to
gotta
it.
if you look, y'all, this shit is not nothing to play with. It's not funny at all. We get it, but fuck. Sometimes you gotta laugh because this shit is sad and fucking fucked up. You know what I'm saying? Like, Go ahead, continue, John. Gee.
But it is going, and at least we're sort of going in the right direction. We'll see what all these. But I must say, I was up last night because after the big incident at the Capitol building when they were trying to officially announce the new president and vice president, they had to take a break, but they went back in. And they got back to it, and I stayed up the whole night to finish watching until the very moment where Mike Pence had to announce that Joe Biden and Kamala Harris are the new president and vice president. And it was one of the more satisfying things I've ever watched. Just watching him up there, like, cool. Because at one point, here's the thing that I didn't really know how this whole process worked.
They do this every time, man.
I know, but I mean, but I've never like watched it. Yeah. No, they said when Joe Biden had to swear in, had to announce that Trump won, they said that whole process took 36 minutes.
Yeah.
This ended around 3:00 in the morning last night.
Well, see, that's because, what was it, 4 years ago, you didn't have motherfuckers storm the fucking Capitol.
Right, exactly.
And goddamn try to take it over.
Yeah.
What?
And like let them do it
fuck,
too.
Man.
Also, it went on for a while because they were just like, go ahead.
You see
the windows.
You see Capitol Police taking selfies and opening shit.
These dudes were just blatantly
what the fuck?
Streaming live from inside the Capitol building, just going like, oh, we're in Nancy Pelosi's office. Oh, look, we're in so-and-so's room and we're on the phones.
Like, just
people were stealing stealing stuff.
Just ridiculously disrespectful.
And 15 people were arrested in all of that.
And 4 people died, didn't they?
4 people died. 3 of some medical something or other, and then they shot that one shit.
I know one thing. I think Dump should be charged with their murders.
I'm thinking that. At the very least, accessory.
Least, you know what I'm saying? Some.
They all knew exactly what was going to happen.
Yeah.
There's evidence. You can go back on their stupid Twitter logs, and they're all like, "Everybody get ready for the 6th. Yeah. Everybody, December 6th." Trump said on a tweet, "December 6th, it's gonna be wild." Yeah. He knew what was gonna happen.
Of course he did.
He that's why he never denounces these people concretely. He'll be like, "Oh yeah, I don't like white supremacy," but it's like, yeah, but you're not sitting here going like, "Y'all need to knock this off," because that's all they do. Whatever you say,
right.
He never at one point stood there, looked at the camera, and said, "Hey, Proud Boys, Trump people, KKK, all you people that are doing all this insane shit because of me, just stop. All right, let's just get through this. Let me do my thing. You're making us all look bad." And they would have gone, "You know what? Okay, that's what he wants."
Do you really think that though?
I
don't think they do whatever he says.
So
I don't think so.
So here's the thing. I think a lot of the blatant stuff would have stopped, like people just walking around yelling at people on the street. When there was any chance for like an altercation in like a big group, that would have continued to happen because they would have been there and just been like, "Oh, we were just there, and then these people started a fight and blah blah blah," because that's what they do. They just show up and sneak around, and then they just jump people that aren't paying attention, and then say like, "Oh yeah, these people mess with us." Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
But I mean, you know what? At least it would have made him look better.
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't have been into the dude, but like somebody couldn't convince this guy to just go, dude, if you just go on TV and say like, I don't like that you guys are doing this, then people will at least stop being like, oh, he's telling them to do this stuff.
Yeah, you would think, but see, that's the thing. That's the thing. He doesn't want them. He doesn't want them to stop. He wants them to keep going.
Well,
But
exactly.
I don't think he has control of them like you think. But no matter what they do,
Well, no, they're definitely using him as an excuse to do what they want to do.
Exactly.
So it's
Because you
still
know
gonna
these type of
happen.
people. These are the people.
Right. But I'm saying
They
like,
just want to do this shit anyway.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And he is the perfect vessel for them to do it and have their excuse for doing it. It's just, I think he'd be cool with anything they do, long as it's short of don't hurt my family.
Let's just
anything else he's probably down for.
Let's just
you know what I'm
let's
saying?
just put it this way.
That's how Dump is.
Here we are. It is January 7th, 2021.
That's what you said earlier.
And even with there only being 13 more days of Donald Trump being president, he needs to be removed immediately.
That's the craziest.
He's not mentally stable. It's clear. He has no desire to do anything that's a benefit to the people of this country.
Yep.
He just wants his people to look like they're the best.
Yep.
So wherever he is, because nobody knows where he is because he got kicked off Twitter and Instagram and Facebook, and that's where he loves to go. Because you can say whatever you want on there, and then if it gets really bad response, you can just go, "Oh, my account got hacked."
Yeah.
I didn't say that. No.
Actually, with his stuff, he don't even deny it.
Well, right, and that's
you know
the
what I'm
thing.
saying? Like, I said it. What? You know
but
what
the
I'm
option's there.
And I was so surprised that Zuckerberg took him away before.
No, that was shocking.
Before John did.
I feel like that was more. I feel like that was more a move of what most of his people are doing right now, and just backpedaling and trying to remove them, distance themselves from the entire presidency. Because I think Zuckerberg looked at it and went, okay, like we were doing some stuff where we could make a lot of money, and we actually I think here's the thing, and I'll admit I was a person that thought it could happen again, but I think a lot of people were really convinced Trump would win again.
Oh yeah, that was that was a thing that could actually happen.
I remember my feelings towards the possibility of him winning.
Hell yeah.
Before this election compared to last election was like I had less of a thought that he would lose this time than I did the first time when I thought there was zero chance he would win.
Yeah, you thought Hillary would kill him.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because that's what the polls were saying.
Yeah. That's basically what she did. I mean, did she not?
No, yeah. I mean, like, and the craziest part about this is like, yeah, okay, he lost, and that's a very good thing. He also still got over 74 million votes.
Yeah, man. That's
I mean,
people were so shocked by that. Are you though? You don't think there's 70 million racist ass Americans out here?
I mean,
and I mean racist races of all colors. They're all colors.
I just think it's amazing that there's 74 plus million people, and that's not including the people that didn't vote. So whoever, I mean, people got priors. But that's 74 million people that watched the last 4 years, have watched the last 10 months now, last year.
Yeah.
I mean, coronavirus, they started to talk about it early in the year, and then it finally popped off.
Yeah.
Spring. They watched all of that and went, yes, this is who I think should represent our country.
Right.
A guy that did literally everything wrong.
Everything.
Like
he ain't do shit right.
And not only did everything wrong.
He didn't make one right move.
But never was like, you know what? Man. That was my bad.
Yeah.
I made the wrong choice, and now we're gonna totally switch it up.
Yeah.
It very much nearly never happened.
Yeah. Yeah.
So like, I just don't, it's kind of upsetting just thinking about living in this country these days.
Yeah.
And I hate to say it. I've held off as long as I could. Yeah. But like yesterday was embarrassing.
Yeah.
People just said, first off, there's two reasons it was very embarrassing. As an American, to watch people just blatantly not give a shit and run through barriers and run through police barricades and destroy property and steal stuff and all this. And these were all the same people. I guarantee if you go back and check their social medias, these are all the same people that are going, well, when Black Lives Matter shows up, they loot and they riot and they break shit and they do this. But I mean, I went to a couple marches myself. I went, I was there with everything going on.
That's right.
Everything I ever saw was people walking, holding signs, wearing masks, and
wearing masks
and like just chanting shit.
Yeah. Okay.
These people straight up caused thousands. Okay, Ray, calm down. Thousands of dollars in damage. And also,
they're for social justice, dude.
There was police there, but guess what? The police were not armed with anything. Also, they were taking pictures with people, and also, they were just letting them in. So it's embarrassing on that front. It's also embarrassing as, like, realistically, a white person, because I'm sitting there looking at it, very much aware of the situation that is a gang of white people that just did something really bad. And literally, the cops are all just like, what are you going to do? Boys will be boys. Knowing that I've seen people get murdered.
Boys will be boys. Wow. Yep.
Knowing I've seen people get murdered for walking down the street, complying with the police fully, I don't know, fitting a description, sleeping in bed is one that recently happened. And like, they all just were, so to sit there, if anybody wants to sit and try to defend anything that happened yesterday, and if anybody wants to sit there and try and tell me that this was not an organized event, that they were trying to stall. They were trying to stall because these morons still think that they have this in the bag somewhere. But they're doing a lot of digging that's not taking them anywhere.
Right.
So, all in all, fuck Donald Trump, and I'm really glad Joe Biden and Kamala will be taking over soon.
For real. That's good. I agree. That was late but on point. I agree with what you said. It's really sad, man, that the whole fucking episode, it was sad and it was embarrassing, and I 100% get what you were saying, because you can be embarrassed on all those levels. And I was too. But it's different when, you see white people doing all this shit, you're white, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But the thing that's crazy to me is like the narrative, not the narrative, but the line yesterday, and today. No, the line yesterday and today, and it's going to be the line, is going to be, imagine if those were black people. Yeah. Imagine if those were Spanish people. Imagine if those were people of color. Imagine how many people would be dead. And of course, like, I made mention of that yesterday on my Twitter page. Everybody else freaking did. And it's just like, okay, so now what?
Yeah.
What are we going to do about that? There's a huge discrepancy on how people with darker skin are viewed in this country by people with lighter skin. So what the fuck are we going to do about it?
I'll be really honest.
You know what I'm saying?
I can't even begin to imagine how terrifying it was to see everything that happened yesterday as a black person, to watch that and know that you're watching a lot of white people do something way worse than what like any Black Lives Matter protest outside that building or any other government building has done, and just sit there and watch the nothing that happened to these people. I mean, just watching them run up in there. They're shoving police. They're taking swings at police. They're pepper spraying police. They're saying, fuck you for not doing what you were supposed to do for us. And to sit there and watch that and see no reaction from the police.
Yeah.
And then to have seen what has happened to like so many peaceful protesters. It's like, I can't even imagine, because like, that's the most horrifying thing I could think of, because you're just sitting there watching going, they really don't care. They're legitimately letting all these white people do whatever they want right now.
I heard it sympathized with on Fox News Radio when I was driving around yesterday because I had to run some errands. So I was in a car a lot of the day, and I just heard. I got Sirius XM, so I'm going bouncing to different stations. I'm listening to NPR. I'm listening to Urban View. I'm listening to what is it? Patriot Radio, which it's Patriot Radio, so you know who they're for. I'm listening to what is it? POTUS Radio. I'm listening to Fox News, and from what the one woman said, that was, I guess she was on the ground there. She said these are a group of people that have their voices haven't been listened to for the last such and such years, and they were told to be quiet, and their thoughts haven't been given any notice, or no one has paid attention to them, and this is why this has happened. I'm surprised by that you would even fix your mind, but I mean you got to justify it some type of way, but because people
she was
look
referring
like that.
to the people yesterday.
Oh yeah, she was
to the Trump
referring
people
to the what are they called? I basically say terrorists. I'm gonna go with terrorists.
No, terrorist is a great choice of word.
It's really called the people that threw the coup because they really were trying to do a coup, which is a fucking ridiculous. But insurrectionists, that's the word right there. Insurrectionist is better because you know what? I wanted to do this pre-show, but I'm gonna do it now because that's also a big word right now. What's the meaning of insurrectionist? Person. There we go. Any person who takes part in an armed rebellion against a constituted authority, especially in the hope of improving conditions.
Yeah, I mean, there was people
they were trying to improve.
There was videos of these people. They were coming out and they're like, "What's going on? What are you doing there?" And they're like, "It's a revolution, man, against the government."
The fuck?
I was like, "You guys are not the people that need to be throwing a revolution right now.
At all.
This is like the Civil War, but stupid."
It's so, and I thank you for what you said. You know what I'm saying? Because you and Levitard, who he's my dude. I mean, I've never been more prouder of anybody who's been in media than that man. That man always tells the truth all the fucking time, and he doesn't bite his tongue, and I love him for it. That's why, he was able to jump off that bitch ass mothership, and he knows he's going to be all right because they have a slew of.
Oh yeah.
Oh my goodness, they're going to be so good. But that's a whole nother conversation. But he said just what you said yesterday. He said on his show, he said, I don't understand. I feel so bad for black people. They have to sit and watch this and knowing that if it was them, how much blood would be shed, and or for them when they protest, they said what you said. They're law abiding and yet still can get killed for protesting.
Yeah,
and it's been so crazy last year with law enforcement. Law enforcement has been so far right with it that they put a man. I want to know how what Martin Scugina, the man in Buffalo, New York, he was just standing there. Yeah. This man's 78 years old, and they pushed this man on the ground. He hits his head, and he has to go to the damn hospital. What the fuck is wrong with y'all?
No, it's sickening. It's
this the fuck.
And the worst part about it, I mean, well, I don't know, but the worst part. Well, so before all that happened, like they were doing a rally for Trump, and he was like, "Let's march down Pennsylvania Avenue," and blah, blah, blah. Like he was acting like he was about to lead these people into battle,
right?
And then he dipped,
right?
And just was like, and they said, and he denied the initial request to have the National Guard come in when this was at like its peak.
Yeah.
Like they were like, "All right, you got to sign off on this. Like we need these dudes." And he was like, "No, we don't. Like they'll be fine."
Yeah.
And then he made a video for them trying to cover his ass.
Yeah.
And it's the worst thing I've ever seen.
Yeah. I think he just came out with that because they were like, "Look, you got to say something. If not,
no, absolutely,
you might mess around and get charged with something." So I think that's the only reason he came out with that video. His lawyers probably told him to come out.
In the middle of that whole situation, he more times than he asked them to stop mentioned the fact that they stole the election from him. He mentioned it like 4 or 5 times.
Yeah.
And one time he just was like, go home.
Yeah.
He didn't say leave right now, stop what you're doing and go.
Right.
He said, go home.
Right.
So just like, whenever you're done,
right.
go home in peace, he said. Douchebag.
I'm gonna tell you like this, man. This is obviously too, man. This is an act of a very, very desperate man.
Mm-hmm.
He knows
it's the last act of a desperate man. He's just trying to throw anything against the wall, see if it'll stick.
Exactly. Because look, trust me, man. If he could have fucking hopped on a horse and rode that motherfucker down through that damn Capitol Hill, he would have done the shit.
Yeah.
And with all them people on his back and shit. But to me, what is it? He knows that I think within probably, hopefully, should be within days of him, of the inauguration of Biden and Harris, like maybe like a day or two, he should be arrested or charged. You know what I'm saying, with something, and it's probably going to come from New York State because that DA right there, that sister's not playing with him.
Here's the thing.
Shit.
These are the things that make me feel good about Donald Trump. If he doesn't immediately go to jail, he's probably going to spend the better part of the next decade, at the very least, going through different court cases for several different things. So he will be bled dry of all of his money, which he apparently doesn't have any right now.
No, he doesn't.
But
he doesn't.
The way I picture, since we haven't been able to hear from the man since yesterday, I honestly, every time
heard from that little sorry ass video.
Every time I think about him, I picture him like in a padded room in a straitjacket. Like I feel like they just grabbed him and were like, "You're done. You're done. We don't care. Like one way or another, you cannot make another appearance between now and the 20th."
No,
okay?
I don't think so.
I mean that's obviously not what's going on.
Yeah.
But I like to think of it because another thing that was fun with yesterday was, and I want to give a quick shout out real fast, if I may.
Feel free.
I'm going to toss a shout out to the absolute most dipshit, douchebag, loser piece of trash that this state has to offer right now. And give a quick shout out to Josh Hawley, because this dude has been nothing but a massive embarrassment.
That sorry son of a bitch.
So 2 days ago.
Who in the fucking Missouri voted for Josh Hawley? Yo, show yourself.
I did not.
Who in the hell in Missouri voted for Josh Hawley and why, man?
He's a disgrace to all Joshes.
Why? Seriously, Claire was that bad? Was she? No, the hell she wasn't. Claire was good.
That was another one of... He won very much in the same reason that Trump won, where it was a lot of the people that, even if they didn't really support him...
Racism. They supported racism.
Well... That and there's all these dumb people out there that go,
for real.
Well, here's the thing. I don't really.
When they say it like that, they're supporting racism.
I'm not like
justifying it.
Totally into Claire McCaskill, by the way.
Here's the thing.
And I just kind of want to like get something different going on here. Like, I feel like she's been around for a while. So I'm going to vote for this other guy and he sucks.
Let's try something new.
Josh
sure,
Hawley,
hey, like what that one show say? Them yo people. Them yo people, bro. Them yo people.
I don't claim Josh Hawley.
Bro, real. Ooh, that'd be so dope for you, bro. You need to have a show and call it Them Yo People, and it'd be y'all. And it just talk about all that crazy shit y'all do.
What did we do to this week, white people?
Second episode be about Florida man. We have known Florida man. Because, man, y'all motherfuckers in Florida, boy.
Welcome to episode 75. This is Dumb Shit, part 75. Fucking idiots.
White people dumb shit.
No, but so Josh Hawley did something really cool the other day where some protesters showed up outside his house.
Where's he live? Oh, where's he live in D.C.?
He was in Washington. They showed up at his family's house, which is in Virginia, which is not in Missouri, which I don't understand. Oh, we'll get to that at a time where it becomes more relevant. Okay. But some protesters went outside his house, and based off everything I saw, they did all this crazy shit. Like they lit candles, they held some signs, they wrapped themselves up in blankets and just kind of stood there. But what Josh Hawley saw, because he's got such a creative mind, what Josh Hawley saw was people vandalizing his house.
What?
Harassing his wife. saying they were going to assault her, and it was just his wife and their newborn child. And this was such a horrible moment.
He wasn't even there. He was in D.C.
He was in D.C. and then he tweeted about how, like, I just heard all these people and they did all this to our house last night. But like within, moments, everybody was like, no. Like, and here's footage to show you that nothing happened.
Right.
Like, it's like 20 people that are just like mostly middle-aged and are just standing there.
Yeah.
So that was very cool. And then he objected to Pennsylvania's electoral college votes going to Biden because they cheated. And so they did that, and then they had to end up having a debate. This is why this went till about 2:00 in the morning.
Oh, yeah.
And then they had a vote on it, and
so he did. He still fought the votes last night.
Yes.
Wow.
After everything that happened, he decided we should still do this.
Yeah.
It lost by a lot. Like, it was, they debated on this for several hours, and then the nays on this situation were like plus 150. Like, this was not oh man, we almost got that one.
Yeah.
And then, so then they gave him the votes. But then there was a really embarrassing moment where this dude from Texas tried to object to Wisconsin's votes. And he came up, and you have to have 2 people, including 1 U.S. senator, which he was not, to get them to have this debate whether or not they should get the votes. And he comes up and he's like, I'm going to object to him getting Wisconsin and blah, blah, blah. He went on forever. And then he's like, and this is objected to by myself and another senator who has since removed himself from this objection. And Mike Pence had to sit there with his dumb ass, like being like, oh, these are my constituents, man. These are my people on my team. And he was like, so hold on. Basically, he said, all right, hold on. So you're saying it's just you on this. There's no senator on there like there needs to be. And the guy's like, yeah. So like, basically he said, yeah. So like this one dude said he was going to do it, man. But at the last minute he backed out. So it's just kind of me up here. And Mike Pence just had to sit there and be like, okay, so yeah, so we're not going to do it then. Like, sorry, man. Like, you know the rules. But I felt it was so embarrassing because this dude, like, I guess this dude
How
just
long
like.
did he talk before he had to get to that part? How long did he talk?
His objection speech. His objection speech was probably somewhere in the neighborhood of like 2 minutes.
Oh, I thought he talked.
No, but like that's if you really think about it, that's a long time to sit there and build something up that you're not going to be able to. That's not going to matter anyway.
2 minutes ain't that long.
I mean, seriously, sit there for 2 minutes and see like. And just imagine being uncomfortable for 2 minutes.
True, but the speeches I saw last night when I was still watching that bullshit because I was up late myself were a whole bunch of speeches of I have never and those I have never speeches by these little bitch ass fucking senators who supported this motherfucker for the last 4 years.
That's been a very fun thing to watch.
Bruh.
All of a sudden, Mitch McConnell is
right.
I'm out of here. I'm on Biden.
Mitch, you and your fake ass wife, both of y'all can kiss my motherfucking ass. Fuck both of y'all for real, because she's I'm gonna fucking resign 2 weeks before I get fired. I'm not sure. I'm not part of this. No, you're not part of this. But when you were in charge and in his cabinet, you stood by this man. And your policies that you did what was she in the transportation department?
Yeah.
I mean, were nothing. You know what I'm saying? So, exactly. I mean, what the fuck on, man? I'm just saying.
There's a lot of people trying to erase the last 4 years in 2 weeks.
Dude.
Like, like, okay, but like now I don't like it.
Right. Like now it's not, because
when they stormed the Capitol building, that was the last straw.
That was it. That's what changed my mind. Look here. Le Batard said the perfect line. He said, he used Malcolm's line. He said the chickens came home to roost on their ass, which they did. The chickens came home to roost on their ass.
Rats the first thing to desert a sinking ship.
Yeah.
And this is, I mean, dude, like, it's so, but it's also pretty glorious to watch because Trump did a big thing he did during his presidency was talk about how well liked he was.
That's all
how everybody loved him.
Yeah, he did.
I'm a great guy. Yeah. Everybody thinks everything I'm doing is amazing. Yeah. And all these dumb people were walking around like, yeah, man, you're great. You're pretty awesome. Love the Donald. You're fired, right? And then like
Take a picture.
And then reality set in, and they all went, shit.
No, then he went, yeah. And then he went, how come nobody likes me anymore?
Hey guys, want to hang out? I got something to do tonight, man. Like it turned into that.
I'm busy and shit. Look,
The perfect analogy for it is like your friends tell you that they don't want to hang out, and then like you go on social media and see them posting all these pictures from like kicking it with some other people you know, but you don't really like them. Wait a minute. He told me he was sick.
Wait, why are you playing me? Man,
So shout out to Josh Hawley for being a scumbag.
You're gonna wear that out, aren't you?
This is my favorite sound effect.
Big ass air horn and shit on your. What is it? You got an app for that shit? What is that?
Yeah, I freshly downloaded air horn sound effect. It's the only thing it does.
Nothing else? No other sound effects?
I don't need any more.
That's bullshit. Shit, wouldn't you like to have something as dope as this though? Shit. Tell me. With that's going to be our transition button when we go from segment to segment. That was our. You guys are going to hear this. You're not going to hear this anytime soon, but you may hear this clip because I got it. What we just talked about because that shit was good. But when you hear this episode, it's going to be probably February, and this is January 7th when we're recording this.
So let's see where we're at by then.
Yeah. January 7th people? I mean, February people? How is it? Is it better than January so far? Because January 2021 feels like December 38th, 2020. Shit, like my boy had said. That was a good line. December 38th, 2020. Good God. All right, let's jump. All right, I want to jump into this. Got this segment I've been doing here. Just started it. Started a couple episodes ago. And this segment, you guys, because what we do here, we're here trying to kill the stigma on this beautiful, it's just one of the best gifts God has ever given us. This plant called cannabis, and in this segment, it's called the Marijuana Minute, and this week's Marijuana Minute is about we just talk about different stuff that's going on with marijuana here recently, in the current week, and of January 7th, 2021, we got medical cannabis associated with prolonged reductions in opioid use. There you go.
There you go.
There you go. The whole point of this thing.
Yeah. Very glad to hear that.
Our results show a remarkable percentage of patients both reporting complete what is it? Complete sensations?
Sure.
Sensations? I don't. What is CESSATION? What is that word?
I'm sorry, spelling out.
I know, right?
Posing for the camera.
It says patients both reporting complete cessation. CESSA. What do you mean? I was looking at the camera. Look at that word.
What is this talking about? Oh, I don't know what that is.
Yeah.
Cessation?
What the fuck is that? Okay.
We're
going to start.
Cool. Edit this part out.
Pretty much. You ain't lying, Jack. We're going to start the Marijuana Minute over again. Yeah, for real. I don't know which one it is. Which one is it?
I think it's the green one. There you go.
Good job. Okay, whatever. This motherfucker better than me. All right. They know what time it is.
Isn't that crazy? All right.
I don't like that.
Seamless transition.
Okay, everybody. Welcome to this week's Marijuana Minute. I like that. Okay, today, let's see. Montana adult use legalization law takes effect. It's freaking dope. We don't want to produce them to death. You know what I'm saying?
Good for y'all.
Right. Montana, y'all finally getting together. Provisions in law allowing those ages 21 and older to legally possess up to 1 ounce. Damn, there you go. And or to privately cultivate up to 4 mature cannabis plants for personal use took immediate effect.
I got to say, this has got to be the most exciting news in Montana in a long time.
Probably since they started decriminalizing it. So, yeah. Shit.
Oh,
Here we go. Here's something else. Whatever one you want me to stop on, we can stop on.
I was really hoping we were talking about Joe Montana getting into like the industry. But shout out to the state of Montana.
I thought you would say come back to football.
I mean, I wouldn't advise that. He's pretty old by now.
He is. Illinois. In Illinois, governor announces that hundreds of thousands of cannabis-related convictions have been expunged.
There you go.
Oh shit! There we go. Nice.
A buddy of mine actually. I have a friend of mine who got a prior charge dropped off his file. Back when he was younger.
Where does he live?
Well, he lives here now, but he grew up in Illinois, and like when he was a teenager, I don't remember how old he was, but he got caught with like some weed on him.
Yeah.
And but then they expunged it or whatever the word is.
Nice.
So now he has no prior charges.
There you go, y'all. See this?
Still got that MIP though.
Told you this is a dope marijuana minute. He freaking wait, what happened? He still has what?
He still got that MIP though.
What's that?
Minor in possession.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
That's still on his shit?
Well, maybe.
Well, that should be off then if he got it expunged.
No, but I think that just relates to like I think that was alcohol related.
It's alcohol related?
I think so.
Oh, okay. That's what's up. Well, what is it? This is state officials in 2020 expunged the criminal records of an estimated 500,000 Illinois citizens. Probably your boy part of it. That's dope. Previously convicted for marijuana-related crimes. That's good.
Golly, that's a lot. That's a lot of charges.
You know what I'm saying? It is.
And you know what? Like, I want to know out of the 500,000, like, how many of those were just like, damn, if I just hadn't had that roach in my ashtray.
Yep.
Because like that is the shit.
Yep. It's that little small minor bullshit that ends up sometimes gets you fucked up.
Right.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah. I've been so blessed to never. I've only had one situation ever that involved them and me having some stuff. But other than that, I haven't had too many situations like that. And I just hate when you hear about someone getting knocked for any type of bullshit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You have some on you. You know it's your personal use, but you get in trouble for that. That's fucking bullshit, especially when it's that plant or whatever it may be. I mean, if it's something that you use personally, you know what I'm saying? That's your personal use. Now, I'm not saying use whatever the fuck, but you know, if that's what you do, that's what you do. But to me, what was it? I hate when it's something small and like the most minuscule thing.
Yeah, I mean,
you know what I'm saying? That's
there's a time to be like,
come on,
there's a time to be
Come
like,
on.
this person is probably like,
Come on.
Like, here's the thing, I get it. Like, selling weed was illegal. So, like, yeah, you find somebody with a big stash, it's all bagged up in little amounts, whatever. Like, sure, okay.
You know what the fuck?
But like, dude,
Yeah.
like somebody having like just having like a roach or something in your car, like the fact that they just years ago didn't come up with like a minimum amount for going to jail.
Right.
Like, if you don't have more than like a couple grams in your car, like you ain't trying to do nothing crazy.
Right.
Don't put people in jail for that shit.
Right. But see, to me, you know, even if somebody has it in multiple bags, I don't think you should lock them up for that as well. I mean, just because you can potentially charge them with, you know, intent to distribute, that don't mean that. Maybe they was giving it to their boys or something. You know, you never fucking know. Or maybe giving it to their family members that suffer from fucking fucking Alzheimer's and or chemo or whatever the fuck, and for the thousands of reasons that you smoke and it helps you with it. You know what I'm saying? That's bullshit.
No, I mean, it's like, honestly, people that are in jail for weed are probably like some of the least deserving criminals of all time.
Yeah.
Like, because now you got something on your record. I mean, and some of these people, they're like, oh, they found a roach in his car. And then he went to jail for like 50 years.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
That's the most insane thing I've ever heard.
It's bullshit. It's complete
You can kill somebody and get off in less time than that.
Yeah. It's a shame.
It's a shame.
I mean, it's the shit. It's the reason why we have to fight these laws. Luckily, they are changing. That's why we need decriminalization of this plant. We need that happen. We need that to happen as soon as possible. More politicians should be on board with it. It's going to make y'all money. That's all the fuck y'all really care about any goddamn way. So
that's the thing I don't understand. You know like it's the, you know, the figures are out there.
Yeah.
Like when they were talking about like when Colorado was like all legal and everything was cool.
Hold on, before you jump into that, let me say this last thing of marijuana.
Okay.
We're going to jump into that because
We're still under a minute.
Yeah, for real. I mean, you kept breaking it up. But last thing in our marijuana minute for this week, we have history of marijuana use not associated with hardening of arteries. This study adds to the growing body of evidence that there might be no association between marijuana use and subclinical SFR. So I don't understand that.
Well, that's dope.
Yeah. For real, that's really good. Let's see. Knock off this first paragraph. Middle-aged subjects with a history of marijuana use possess no greater elevated risk of arteriosclerosis, which is the regular term is hardening of arteries, according to the longitude data published in the American Journal of Medicine. A team of researchers from the United States and Switzerland assessed the association between marijuana and exposure and thickness of the carotid artery and cohort of middle-aged Americans, while the cultivation. Man, this shit is hard to read. Should I usually read better than this? Use of tobacco was strongly associated with the artery clogging thickness. Marijuana exposure was not. Okay, so basically, with this shit. Man, I didn't know they would have all medical terms in there I could pronounce. But basically, what they're saying.
Who'd have thought there'd be medical terms on a medical website?
You know what? Damn it! I thought this isn't a medical website. It's another one. So shit. But it has to do with something medical. Shit. They should have made the words easier to say.
Cool.
But what I'm saying is basically it's your arteries will harden at a much faster rate if you smoke cigarettes as opposed to marijuana. So that's really good.
Sick.
That is really good. Yep, the ratio is much higher for tobacco than it is for marijuana. But to go into what you were saying earlier, you were about to jump into, you were saying that Colorado, we know how much it was like. It's a gold rush up there. It's a cannabis rush right now.
I mean, they made hundreds of millions of dollars in taxes in the first year. Like, if you don't think every state could need that, then you're just stupid. And like, this is my biggest problem. I've realized
could need that.
Well, yeah, like the one thing I've realized is like there needs to start being an age restriction on people in the Senate and people in Congress. We can't keep having these old ass people in there that've been trying to do the same shit for the last 50 years.
Yeah, but the young people are fucked up too, man.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying?
But that's why we need to like pick and choose and find the people that actually like are not stupid. Like, the fact that it's not just across the board legal yet is like, it's mind blowing.
Yeah.
Because why is it legal? Like, okay, I'm in Missouri right now. Technically, it's only legal if you have a medical card. However, I can also hop in my car from where we're sitting right now, within the next 15 minutes, be in Illinois at a store that I can just walk in and buy it.
Right.
So what is the point in that?
Yeah.
And like, but Missouri is a super conservative country ass state.
Yeah.
It sucks. So I was thinking about it last night. The difference between St. Louis and Kansas City and then the rest of Missouri is it's incomparable.
Right.
It's completely different.
It's a big difference between KC and St. Louis because you look at it, KC is so progressive. They have multiple dispensaries up there.
Right.
And the laws are, it's been decriminalized up there faster than it has here.
Right.
So,
what I mean when I say that is like.
Keep talking.
So like what I'm trying to say is, yeah, there's like St. Louis that's full of a lot of progressive people, young people, forward-thinking people, creative people. All this cool new stuff keeps popping out. Businesses are coming here. And then there's like, literally get on any highway and drive for an hour. You'll be in a completely different part of the country. It's nothing like it. And it's just so weird that like, I mean, St. Louis is a big city. We have a lot of people here, but also just like, then the reason that we're red all the time is because all these bumpkins come out And they're like, well, I've been voting Republican. My daddy voted Republican.
So sad.
And his daddy before him voted Republican. So that's what I have to be because I'm. And it's like, but like, try thinking of something different.
We were almost blue this go around. Almost.
These people that live in these little tiny towns, they'd never get out because they're just like, this is life.
Yeah.
But it's like, dude, if you move 2 hours down the road,
yeah,
like you don't have to drive 45 minutes to get to the fucking grocery store.
Yeah.
You don't gotta, hope that, if something happens to your car, you can hope to get somebody to help you that day.
But see,
like,
that's the thing, Josh. It's funny you bring that up, but that's the thing. Those are the people, they want to live way the fuck out in rural.
No, yeah.
They want to be away from shit.
Yeah.
Those are the people that stormed the fucking Capitol yesterday. You
No,
know what I'm saying?
they want
those fucks.
Right, but I'm just saying, like, that's the difference in the type of people we're talking about. They don't want to move out of that situation because that's just how it's been.
Yeah.
They're not trying to try anything new.
Yeah.
And then there's like the city where it's
Yeah.
like people are like all this cool shit keeps popping up and
Yeah.
people are trying this and
Yeah.
going here and doing this and
Yeah.
having a good time.
Yeah.
And then these people, I mean, like literally all there is to do out there is like, I'll talk to my neighbor, I
Yeah.
guess.
Yeah.
I got a friend that lives 20 minutes down the
Yeah.
road.
Yeah.
Like you just sit there.
But then they also, too, man, you forget that they get scared by their local media of how scary the city is.
Right. And that's the other thing.
City's this, the city's that. Oh my God, I don't want, da 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 da. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And like, I don't know. I don't know if there is a way to change that type of stuff.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know. They come into town, they go to like Cardinal games, and then they get hammered, and then they just like act like dicks all over the place,
Yep.
and they're just like stupid.
And then they bolt the fuck out of St. Louis, and then say St. Louis is fucked up.
Right. There's a lot of nice people there, though. Yeah, no, they'll be like, oh my
Yeah.
God, I was downtown at a ball game, and I saw there was 4 black people sitting in our row, and I didn't know what to do. I just sat still the whole time. And it's like, stop coming to the games, man. I'm tired of
Yeah.
looking at you. I can always tell when you're out of town.
Yeah. Yeah.
Motherfuckers, beards all scraggly and going all over the place, white hair flying all over the place,
Hell
40-year-old hat.
Right. Right. Had to drive a good hour and a half just to get to fucking Bush. I feel you, dude.
Then another
See,
45 minutes to the cheapest hotel
And-
because everything downtown is expensive.
Exactly. Well, I mean, shit is downtown, but here's the thing that's what I don't get, man. That was my question earlier. It's just like everybody said, if it was black people, oh my God, imagine what would happen. So what are we going to do now? We see, if you didn't see the huge discrepancy in this country for how white people are treated by law enforcement than black people, then you're fucking then you're still on that bullshit. But I mean, they can use restraint when they want to use restraint. So we know there's a difference now. How are we going to change it? We really have to implement laws. And I tell you one fucking thing. If Biden-Harris does not get this shit done and completely flip how law enforcement treats people of color in this country, something is really wrong. Because we literally just got the Senate with January 6th, which was a monumental thing to talk about, but it got drowned out by people insurrection, so it's just, man, it's so fucked up.
It is.
This shit is just, it'll throw you off, man. It's like,
I saw one. I feel like we should get into the basketball portion of the show soon. But I will leave with this.
we can.
I saw this one guy tweet, and I think he summed it up as perfectly as you can. There's a black dude that tweeted, and he said, "We don't want you to shoot them like you shoot us.
Yeah.
We
I
want
saw
you
that.
to not shoot us like you don't shoot them."
Right.
And I was like,
Right.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
exactly it.
I saw
Like,
that same tweet. Yeah.
Why is it so hard to understand?
Yeah. Yeah. Yep.
Oh,
he was right.
man. He
It's-
was.
It's so fucking, they
He
just,
wasn't verified. He probably got a lot of new followers.
I tell you one thing, they're just so lucky that, black people, all us people of color, that we don't come back, at them the way they come at us. You know what I'm saying? Because it would be justified, but nobody wants to talk about that. It's just,
I am very happy to see
man.
the younger, newer coming in black politicians, though, because I think it's a great
Yeah,
opportunity.
it's a bunch of them.
I think this
Yeah,
is the
it's a
only
bunch
way to
coming
really
in.
get this shit to change.
Yeah,
'Cause,
it is.
I mean, you
It
look at
is.
these meetings.
It is.
It's like, oh, let's go take a look live at this congressional meeting, and it's
Yeah.
like,
What do you say?
dude.
Yep. Couple women, and they white. You
Corey
know what I'm
Bush
saying?
called Josh Hawley out the other day. That was
She
pretty
did?
good. Yeah, she was like, "Hey, dude, like, So like like you represent Missouri, but you represent like St. Louis too, right? Like, it's basically kind of like what I said. It was like she was like, you can't be like just doing this like country ass shit. Like you got to be like know that there's some people out there that don't fuck with dude.
Right.
Check the numbers of where the votes came in from certain polling areas, and I'm sure there's a large difference in.
She said
who
that
people were voting for.
Wow.
Well, I added that last part about.
I'm so glad I voted for her. Corey, I'm proud. She's going to do good things.
I totally forgot. I was moving something the other day, and I had this old Cory Bush sticker on something from like at least 3 or 4 years ago.
Oh, that's tight.
Before she was a big deal.
No doubt. Yeah, I like her. There's so many new politicians popping up in different parts of the country. New, young, black, people of color. I think Alian Omar, she has paperwork drawn up for the for the 25th Amendment to boot this fool out right now. I mean, that sister doing it. AOC, she been dope.
Let's see. Has the world fallen apart in the last hour? I haven't looked.
What are you looking at now?
Oh, apparently that Speaker of the House girl, she's telling everybody that Trump is condemning all the people that did what they did yesterday.
Oh, I don't give a fuck about what that dude said. Anyway.
Well, I guess if he wasn't into it, then it's not that big.
See, and please bear with us, y'all. It seems I know this show is a little off more than it usually is. It's just this has been crazy. The last 24 hours have been crazy.
We're staying topical.
Yeah. Plus, I'm trying to move right now, so
watch this episode.
I got a lot going on. I got to move. I got to pack up more boxes when I get home. Fuck. Anyway, all right, NBA man. Why are y'all so shitty? Why the T-Wolves so shitty consistently? Maybe because you have like an 8-year-old running your team. Is that it? Probably.
We have an incredibly inexperienced head coach.
Man.
How
old is he? With like 13?
Something like
13, 14? Yeah, 13. Right. How old is he?
Young. I don't know.
Like
30 something.
He's not in his 30s.
Anyway, no, we won't talk about the Timberwolves long because they're not worth talking about right now. But no. I was very against them picking Anthony Edwards in the draft.
Yeah.
Because besides Karl Anthony Towns, they have no big men.
Yeah.
So it would have been cool. I wanted them to get Wiseman.
Man, if you got Wiseman, dude.
My thoughts were, initially have him come off the bench backing up Cat, but then eventually when he started getting like a little bit of a flow going, start the two of them.
Yeah.
At the 4 and the 5.
Yeah.
And you would have been getting rebounds.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then Karl Anthony Towns got hurt, and it became very apparent that the rest of that team is not able to hold up without him.
Right.
So yeah, I'll go down with this ship till something happens. But Timberwolves not good.
Yeah.
Started 2-0, currently in the midst of a 5-game losing streak.
I get why y'all wouldn't get Lonzo, you know what I'm saying? But I don't know. Anthony Edwards, what is he? Is he a 1 or a 2? What is he?
I think they play him at the
2. Yeah. Out of all those fresh young cats coming up, he wasn't even like that good, and he's so little. What is he like?
He also said he wasn't really into basketball like that.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And that's the one y'all draft.
To be a rapper or something. He was like, I think I might make rap albums like Dame. I was like,
word? Yeah, good luck with y'all. Y'all have been so bad in the draft, and when you do get something good in the draft, it's like y'all can't make it happen.
So we drafted the only good draft picks they've ever made were Kevin Garnett and Karl Anthony Towns.
Kevin Garnett.
I'm trying to think because I don't think any of the other dudes they had on the team when they were really doing anything.
Didn't they draft Steph?
That's what I was trying to remember.
Yeah, I think they drafted Steph. Them or who else?
Was he on the Nets after that? I thought he was on the Nets.
Was he on the Nets? I think he was on the Nets, but that was after. You ain't got to look it up.
Okay. Well, I mean, yeah, okay. But then also Stephon Marbury didn't play there.
Don't forget about Doug West, though. Yeah, number 1 overall draft.
I'll tell you, I had to watch them draft. What's that dude's name? Jamie Flynn or something Flynn and Ricky Rubio back to back.
Oh, Johnny Flynn. Yeah,
Johnny Flynn.
Yeah, when you could have you got Johnny Flynn over
Johnny
Steph.
Flynn
over
Ricky
Steph.
Rubio. Next pick, Golden State Warriors select Stephon Curry. I remember that draft so vividly because here's what happened.
Yeah.
I sat there and I had just got, seen what Steph did in the Final Four tournament.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, draft this dude. Because you just need somebody that can score at this point because this team is garbage.
Yeah.
And then they go and draft Johnny Flynn and Ricky Rubio back to back. It wasn't like they drafted one, then Steph got taken, so they had to take somebody.
Yeah.
Steph Curry was just sitting there.
Yeah.
They took Ricky Rubio on a European contract, which meant he had to wait like 2 or 3 years before he even got to come play.
Yeah. No, they drafted Rubio way before that season. They already had his rights, remember? Yeah. They had his rights before that season.
No.
Yeah, they had to wait, like you said, they had to wait a couple years, but they had his rights already.
They drafted him, and then it took 2 or 3 years after they drafted him.
I thought they had to get his right. Okay.
No, because if they already had his rights, they wouldn't have to draft him.
I guess so, yeah.
But then they drafted this Johnny Flynn dude, and he sucked. Was he out of Syracuse?
I don't fucking know.
For some reason, I want to say he was out of Syracuse.
Don't ask me. That dude was trash.
Yeah, he's no longer in the league. And if you'd have asked me if he was 10 years ago, I'd have told you the same thing because he was out. Well, no, it hasn't been that long.
Probably.
Has it? How long has Steph been in the league? Is it 10 years now?
Oh, Steph's been in the league at least. Steph Curry? Maybe. Maybe he's been there long.
It's got to be around there.
So y'all, where are y'all at right now? Y'all are.
We are 2-5. We are tied for last place in the Western Conference. We're playing Portland tonight. So that should be a real clean ass whooping.
Oh, yeah. And Portland did just lose to the Knicks, which was crazy.
Knicks are on fire.
The Knicks are coming up. Like the Knicks are not your same old classic shitty Knicks.
It's just one of those things with the Knicks that kind of shows you that sometimes it genuinely just does take a dude 2 or 3 years to get going.
Who are you talking about?
Well, they've got a lot of young dudes that they drafted high and they all kind of bummed out. But now they're all kind of like clicking.
Yeah.
They didn't go sign like a massive superstar because nobody wants to sign there.
Yeah,
but they're like 5-3 or 5-2 right now or something like that.
Yeah, they're what are they? In a playoff hunt, they're 5-3. Yeah, number 5 in the East.
I also want to talk about
Boston came up. They're gonna come up some more.
The Suns are a legit team right now.
Yeah, that's my sleeper. That's not. I can't really call them a sleeper because they're number 1 in the West. But yeah, that's my sleeper to do some shit.
They are
gonna be in the playoffs.
They're again. 1 or 2 trades at the deadline away from being a legit contender for the Western Conference.
Okay, right now I think they don't need to do all that.
I don't think they're legit. I still don't think they can take.
Okay, you think they're 2 trades away from being legit, like as it can go to the finals?
Yeah, and I'm not talking about like massive blockbuster deals where they go and get like James Harden or something. But they just need a couple little pieces because like a lot of their bench isn't great.
Yeah.
Their bench is pretty like, all right. Oh, you got that dude? Oh yeah, like he's all right.
Yeah.
But if they could go out and get like a couple solid dudes and get one dude that can come off the bench and shoot, get one dude that can come off the bench and just play lockdown defense.
They got Javon Carter. I think he was at he's at old ass young dude. Yep. He went to West Virginia. He can ball. They got him. He's getting no clock. He was averaging 2.8. Damn.
I was not sure.
They got Cam Johnson from UNC. He's pretty good. He's coming. Langston Galloway. He's They got
Langston Galloway's not still getting time in the NBA, is he?
Yeah, he is. Well, he's on this team. They got Frank the Tank. Dog. You know what I'm saying?
Does that dude play?
Frank, he's averaging 3 points a game, so not much. But I saw him the other night. I saw him out there getting some clock. Yeah, and you're right. Yeah, you're probably that's probably a great point with them. They probably do need to shorten. They got Jay Crowder, but I mean, he goes around so much. Right. They do need to if they could get somebody like Trevor Ariza or like another good, great bench player that is known, they would be dope.
Here's my move right now, without making a single trade and losing anything. This is my suggestion. This is my suggestion for both the Phoenix Suns and for the Timberwolves right now.
Okay.
Pick up the phone, go through their numbers, and somebody please call Jamal Crawford's agent.
Oh, bro. I just said that.
I just said that. In the league.
The
fact that this dude is not on a team is so mind-blowing to me. Because first off, Jamal Crawford is like the definition of ball is life.
Yeah.
It's all that dude does.
Yeah.
It's all he talks about.
Yeah.
It's all he wants to do.
Yeah.
It's all he knows.
Well,
he knows.
It must be something. It must, because I literally just brought him up in the last episode I did with the commission. You know what I'm saying? Me coaching Rodney Michael. That's what I'm calling it. And what is it? Freaking, that is what I said. I said, how in the hell is he not on the Celtics roster? Like, how is he not on somebody's roster?
I can't imagine at this point it costs much.
No, it has to be. It has to be, because he's an he's an assassin.
Right.
He's a hired gun. The last roster he was on was Phoenix's roster.
Right. But look,
and he goes from team to team, Josh. He wants a 1 year. He wants a 1 year or this or that. I don't think he wants a multi-year deal.
But here's the thing. What he wants more than anything, though, is to be playing. He doesn't need more than here's the thing. If you can get Jamal Crawford to just come off your bench when you need to score, and just say, go out there and score, and shake people, and dish it off.
If
you give that dude $5 million, I guarantee you he'd be like, okay, yeah.
I don't know. I think that's the problem. I think
the dude hasn't played he didn't play at all last year.
Yeah,
he's not going to get big payday.
Well, maybe that's what's holding him back.
He's not going to price himself out the league.
Maybe that's what he's doing. We don't know that, because why is somebody that good not on the fucking roster?
Because
why is somebody that good?
Because I think he would on Twitter and stuff. People, I always see stuff
on Twitter and stuff.
No, but I'm seeing people that are always like, why aren't you on a team? How come you're not on a team? Even he sometimes is like, I can't believe I'm not playing right now. At a certain point, he's going to find somebody and go okay, look, let's do the deal for this. Maybe put some incentives in there.
If that was the case, he would have played last year.
Well, it seemed like nobody just tried to sign him.
It's not like he was close to getting the deal and then the pandemic hit and that fucked it up. You know what I'm saying?
That actually did happen. Didn't somebody sign him and then
No, because if that was the case, and if it was one of them teams in a bubble, he would have came in a damn bubble. If he was down to go through the protocol, I really think it's a case of he is pricing. He might be priced. That's a great way to put it. He's pricing himself out the league. There is no reason why somebody that good who can improve every team in the NBA's bench, and that's the problem in this league, is low bench scoring. Someone that can come off your bench and that can defend and score. It's like everybody having it's an open for Lou Williams. It's a Lou Williams that's just available,
right?
And nobody gets him. It's got to be something. It's either he can't hoop anymore, or he's pricing himself out the league, or it's something else. And I think it's the middle one. I think he's pricing himself out the league because he knows he's good as fuck, and I think he wants a multi-year deal, or he wants some type of security, and he can't get that.
Well, right, but also
and why? I don't understand. I'd give him a 2-3 year. I'd give him a 3 year right now.
And I would think if he really wanted to get that, wouldn't your best opportunity be to maybe just eat one contract that's less than what you want?
He was doing that at Phoenix, and then he was doing that with the other team he was with. Who was he with before Phoenix? Oh shit, I forget who it was.
Minnesota.
Yeah, he was with y'all. No. He was with somebody else before, since y'all. Might have been Grizz or somebody. No, it wasn't a Grizz. But it was somebody else he was with. He was taking those little short-term deals, and he was doing that bullshit, thinking it would lead to a big payday, and it didn't. You know what I'm saying?
Well, right. But then, if you would take those little deals and it didn't work out, why would you then just up your price when you didn't get a deal based off what you were doing those years? Honestly, it doesn't make any sense to me, because all I've ever seen Jamal Crawford do is ball. All I've ever heard about Jamal Crawford is he's a great teammate and he loves teaching young players how to,
right. You never hear nothing bad about him.
I've never heard anybody be like, man, Jamal Crawford was an asshole. I've never heard that.
I'm gonna tell you like this. Another dude that's not on the team right now that should be on the team. IT. I take Isaiah and him going back to Boston, I think would be perfect. You know what I'm saying? But Brad probably don't want to deal with it.
Well, his ability was declining.
But
he wasn't playing like he was before.
Exactly, but he's what he is. What is he though? He's still a good bench player.
No, absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
No, absolutely.
Dude will come off the bench and give you fucking 15.
Yeah,
he could score. Shit.
No, I've seen worse people get signed.
Yeah, I'm just I think a perfect spot for him would be Boston. I don't know why they wouldn't do it, but what? Who do you? I guess of course you got the Fakers coming out the West. Who you got coming out? You got coming out that month.
At the moment, I do.
Yeah.
Their team's just really good.
So sick of their ass.
They did something that isn't something that really happens a lot on these LeBron teams.
Uh-huh.
They added really quality players.
Yeah, they got better.
Because usually it was all those they're paying everybody, so we got to bring in some dude that was all right,
Yeah.
like 7 years
we
ago.
keep basically the same team.
Right.
Yeah.
But I mean, they went out and got Schroeder.
Yeah.
He's super underrated.
Yeah.
They went out and got
Gasol.
Yeah. And I mean, yeah, I think I saw something that said like they're starting 5 and there might be like even like a dude off the bench. They got like 5 or 6 people on that team that are averaging double digits in points.
They let go of Rondo though, and that's gonna bite them in the ass in the playoffs.
No, it's not.
Dude, okay.
Rondo is hurt all the time.
Dude, Rondo, guess what? He's not hurt in the fucking playoffs. Shit. I can only think of one playoff year he was hurt, and that was in Chicago. And thank God he was hurt because he was giving fucking the Celtics that work.
So you don't really need Rondo because, like, you don't really need a point guard.
Yeah, you do. You need somebody to take that load off of LeBron. That was helpful to him. That gives him more minutes
when he needs it.
Shit, when he has to fucking
doesn't need it a lot.
Yeah, but he in the playoffs he does, bro.
I would rather have
in the playoffs he does.
I would rather have Schroeder than Rondo.
Well, that's your mistake. That's why Minnesota don't ever win because fucking I would much rather have.
You're just still in love with Rondo from the Celtics days.
Did you just see Rondo last season in the bubble? Did you not see him?
He had a couple good games.
Dude's hitting fucking threes now. He got a shot.
Well, yeah, okay.
He never had that when he was with us.
He wasn't buzzing. He wasn't like Steph Curry shooting threes.
He wasn't, but I don't give a fuck. To see him be confident enough to shoot that, because that's all we wanted when he was with us.
Take a shot. Nowadays,
JaVale ain't even on a team.
Yes, he is.
Who's he with?
Plays for Cleveland.
Okay, he's not getting minutes, and nobody gives a fuck about Cleveland. Shit, and guess what? When JaVale goes out there, they do not say, "Hey, shoot the 3." Shit.
No, but he's been shooting a lot.
Okay, good for him. But all I'm saying is,
like, yeah, he's got confidence to shoot a 3.
This dude is, look, I know Schroeder has a better shot than him. I know that. And Schroeder isn't a pass first point guard.
Schroeder is younger. Yeah. Schroeder is not constantly needing to take a break. Schroeder is not constantly getting hurt.
What do you mean Rondo constantly needs to take a break? What are you talking about?
Rondo ain't playing 35 more minutes. Rondo's going to go out there and give you a good 25.
Okay. Anyway, I'm minutes, dude. In big games, Rondo will play the entire game. He just did it,
but you won't want him out there the whole game.
What? Yes, I would. If he's lightening the load for LeBron and giving him a blow, yeah.
But he's not. Nobody's going like, oh shoot, Rondo's out. Stop doubling LeBron,
dude. Okay, you can hate if you want to. You need to go back and look.
I'm not hating. I'm just saying I wouldn't.
I'm
just saying I don't think Rondo is like the reason they won the NBA Finals last year. Was he like not even playing in the championship?
He was, and Rondo was a big part of that. They don't win that championship without him. Somebody else needed to fucking bring that ball up and down the court besides LeBron every fucking go. He would have wore himself out. He wouldn't have been able to play defense or score like he was. What is you saying? Why are you acting like Rondo wasn't playing? You need to look that up. Seriously? How much you been smoking? Like, you don't remember Rondo in the finals?
No.
What you mean? Can we continue the show?
Yeah, no, go ahead. I'm just gonna look at this one.
Okay. All right. So
played in. Oh, wait,
one thing I want to ask about this current NBA that I keep seeing, and help me out with this.
Okay.
Why every fucking game they're down 1 point and they jack up a bad 3? Why do so many teams do that? You're down by 1 fucking point. 1 point, and you jack up a Steph Curry distance 3. What are you doing?
The reason what people are doing is
out with that
because of everything. He played.
He
played in one game that he had 30 minutes or more.
Oh God. So trifling.
So anyway, oh no, okay. So people are doing that because of the Warriors, because Steph and Clay just came out and started shooting from anywhere they wanted to, and they were busted. Like they weren't, if they'd have gone out there and just been missing everything, then this wouldn't have been the new style. But people started realizing that like that is a big part of your game that you can develop, just learning to be able to shoot from further and further away. And now everybody wants to do it because, over the years, these big men that have been evolving and stepping out and shooting jumpers and shooting threes and all that stuff, there's more of them. So now just like everybody just wants to convince themselves they can shoot threes. And there's plenty of guys that can, but there's a lot of guys that can't. but they'll just do it because, they're out there and why not? But when you're doing that consistently and it's not working, like at a certain point, people have to realize that shooting like 5 or more threes throughout the course of a game and trying to shoot from like 10 feet behind the line it's not for everybody. And people got to realize that you got to know your limitations and you don't need to be shooting threes all the time.
It's got to know his limitations.
Also, there's a big lack in big men that will legitimately play like big men. There's not a lot of guys that will just bump down low.
They're starting to come back, but that's because these dumbass coaches want them to shoot more.
Right.
Like, stupid.
Well, and that's the thing. There's so many big dudes that if you just told them, go down the block, get the ball, get boards, get blocks, do all that stuff, and just stay down there, they would have, they could be getting 30, 40 points a game, but they want to pop out, try to shoot a little three. Oh, nobody's guarding me. There's a reason nobody's guarding you. You're 7'2", and you're shooting an air ball three.
You still have someone that play like that. You got Clint Capella, you got Christian Wood. You got
Christian Wood, by the way.
Enes Kanter, guys that just play in the paint.
Christian Wood is a star.
Definitely not as good as those guys.
Christian Wood is a star in the making. That dude,
he's cold-blooded.
balling.
He's cold-blooded.
That I like to see that. I like to see the young kids coming up.
Yeah.
But Christian Wood is balling. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that dude on there's that dude on San Antonio, Keldon Johnson.
Oh, I haven't.
I
don't know nobody on San Antonio, but Patty Mills. I don't know nobody else. And Rudy Gay.
What's his name?
And DeMar.
Patrick Beverly tried to kill Patty Mills the other night.
Damn, word. was that the game when they were beating him by a dub or whatever?
He was behind him, and there was like somebody shot, and people were like turning the other way for a rebound. And right as Patty Mills was about to jump, Patrick Beverly just shoved the shit out of him, and he did it while he was jumping. So he flew and just kind of went like, whoa, and went into the back of one of their big men. And then they called a foul, and Patrick Beverly's like, what are you talking about? I hate Patrick Beverly. Patrick Beverly is such a hoe. And I'll say it right here, and he can come on here and dispute that if he wants to. But the thing is, Patrick Beverly is just known for being a dick. And he's not even he's good, but he's not he's not dope.
Oh my God.
People aren't going oh, I got that Patrick Beverly jersey for Christmas. Yeah.
Right.
Take this shit back and give me a Kawhi.
That's going to be a new segment right there. Let it be known. And that's going to be people just going off on motherfuckers. Yes. Dude, I used to respect his game so much and thought he was so good until those games where they needed him to just do his regular thing. And he wouldn't do it and he got shitted on. See, and then
that's the thing though.
He's foul and just be the whole time. Why? What I know?
He's a good player that doesn't it's a thing I don't get about a lot of dudes that play these days. It's you're a good player. You're talented. You can do a lot of things well. Patrick Beverly plays good D.
Yeah.
He's decent at passing. He's not a great shooter.
No.
But he does the other things well.
Yeah.
So just be that dude.
Yeah.
Be that dude that's gonna be and Patrick Beverly locks him up again and then he cheers with the crowd.
Yeah.
You don't need to be shoving dudes into there doing your blatantly pushing people and then being what are you talking about? Foul. I didn't touch anybody.
Yeah. You're right about that, but I wouldn't even say his defense isn't as good as it used to be because I've seen him here recently in the last few years when the game is tight, and it's a playoff game.
Oh no, I never said his defense wasn't as good. No, I mean he still plays defense.
Yeah, but I'm saying his defense isn't as good as it used to be.
Oh.
I've seen him just nut on himself, just let the offensive player just use him, and that signature Pat Bev D. You don't see it.
I mean, it also depends.
Shit.
It also depends on who he's guarding, because there's just some people you ain't gonna stop.
I don't give a shit. All that shit you talk about. What was it about Portland last year? I mean, granted, y'all didn't see each other in a series, but you talked that shit about Dame, and Dame shut y'all the hell up, and you were on the bench. You weren't even playing. You was hurt or so whatever the fuck. I don't know, man. I just lost respect for his game, but I want the Clippers to do good. I picked them to win to come out the West. So, I don't know. They look very Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. I don't know what's going on that team. If that team doesn't figure it out, this is going to be just like last year. They're going to get to the playoffs. They're going to get to second or third round, and that's going to be all she wrote. Man.
Well,
I hope everybody don't get fired either. Hope Ty don't get fired.
The Timberwolves were undefeated before Karl Anthony Towns got hurt. So I'm just going to hope when he comes back from his injury, that trend will continue.
Right. You talk about somebody who's dealing with some stuff. Man, your star right there. Good God, man.
He said he lost 7 people, I think it was.
7? To COVID? That is, please, Lord, be with him.
Yeah. I mean, and he said it like
he
was like doing an interview and he was like, the person you knew before my mom passed away, like that person doesn't exist anymore. Like he's gone through so much shit. He's like, I'm a completely different human being.
Right.
I'm not anything like the person that was the first 20, I don't know how old he is, 23, 24 years of my life. Like that person is not alive anymore.
Yeah.
Like, man.
Wow. I hope that manifests on the basketball court.
Yeah, me too. I mean, he's having a nice game.
But if it doesn't, I wouldn't fault him either because I don't know. I give that. I think players being in the bubble and losing family members or being away from family members, I think that threw a lot of guys' games off. Yeah. Or being like stuck in one place because people say, "Oh, well, it wasn't that hard to play in the bubble; they didn't have to travel."
Right.
Yeah, they didn't. But guess what? They're preconditioned to travel. They know that shit is built in. They know how to do that shit. They've been doing it since they was a kid playing. You being stuck in one place for a long amount of time, you know what I'm saying, and you just have to play ball.
Yeah.
I don't. That's not normal. You know what I'm saying?
Let me also give a quick shout out to the NBA for the bubble system because based off everything we saw out of like baseball and the NFL. And how many times they had to like postpone games and people couldn't play because of COVID and all that. Like there was like a couple instances in the beginning of the bubble, and then it was just straight the whole rest of the time.
Yeah.
No games got postponed. They didn't have like half their team was getting sick. Like that, they handled it exactly right.
Yeah.
The fact that these other leagues are just like, yeah, go wherever you want, and then like come around your teammates and play football.
Yeah.
Like it's so stupid.
Yeah.
It's so easy to just go, hey man, look. So you remember how we're paying you like $20 to $30 million this year? So we're just gonna need you to chill in like the same spot for the next 6 months. Can you handle that?
Right.
Like, you can do what everybody else is doing. Yeah. Zoom calls with your family, whatever you need to do.
But again, it's not easy to do.
It's not.
It's not easy.
But I mean, look at the dudes in the NBA. They all just said, all right, and put my head down and chill over at Disneyland.
Yeah, I guess. And
Boban was having a great time.
Man, Boban was living his best fucking life down there. That dude, shit. Well, you know what, man? I think this was good, man. This was good. This was a crazy episode because it was a crazy fucking day yesterday. But we were able to get it in.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm just happy the NBA is back. I feel like those guys got a very short ass break, but I'm happy it's back. The game's been pretty good. So far, one thing I've noticed with the games too, teams that usually like hang their head and like fuck it, we're out of this game. We're not going to win. I've seen a lot of comebacks. It's like you think they're down by dub and you think it's over. You check back in the fourth quarter, they done came back. I've seen a lot of that this year.
Well, and that's also got something to do with just a lot of these teams that stay bad. They're constantly getting these young dudes.
Yeah,
and sometimes maybe like dudes won't just totally like break off and have MVP or all-star type seasons.
Right.
But you get enough hungry young dudes that can just run.
Right. No doubt.
Okay, we're down 15. All right, so what we got to do? Just try to score a bunch? Yeah. All right, let's do it. And let's just never stop running.
No doubt.
And that works out. But,
Yeah.
It'll be interesting. We'll see how the rest of the season goes.
Yo, it's going to be good, man. Come on, C's. Get it together. Stop.
Pat Bev, I'm right here.
Man, he ain't scared of you, Pat. He ain't scared.
I'm right here.
Josh ain't scared.
Yeah.
He in St. Louis. He want that smoke.
Jamal, hit me up. We'll figure out how to get you back.
Right.
Get you on a rec team at the very least.
Hey, and that shit you brought, shout out to the dispensary where you got your shit from.
I think it's called Float, St. Louis.
Okay. Where is it?
It's in Brentwood. I'll give you the details.
Okay.
Radiance Float and Wellness, 1760 South Brentwood Boulevard.
And it's basically
right across from Whole Foods in the big office building.
And it's not a dispensary. It's like kind of like a wellness center.
So it is, and it isn't. It's a wellness place where you can go and do those saltwater floats. You get like IVs and shit and like stuff like that.
IVs.
Facials.
Oh, people do that too?
Well, yeah. People go in. They'll be like get vitamins and stuff.
Yeah.
Some people need it. But then, and then you can get your card through them. And then you go in, just show them your card, show them your ID. They check you in the system, see if you've been there before and whatever. And then, you just go in the back and there's everything.
Might have to hit them up tomorrow.
Cash only. Cash
real.
only.
The cash rules everything around us, baby. Shit, that's how that works. All right, man. Well, look. Yo, Mr. Josh. Thank you, sir. Oh, right on. Wait, and I hit the
thank you.
The water thing. Thank you for coming through, man. This was dope. I'm glad.
It was a great time.
Glad you were able to stop through.
Like I always say.
Yeah, he loves that. He loves that, don't he, y'all? Okay. Yo, this is the Great. That's Mr. Josh Boekesch over there.
Go Timberwolves.
Right. For Mob, for everybody from High Off the Glass, we just want to say thank you for listening. Keep hooping, keep smoking. Yeah.
From the back, I get deeper and deeper. Help you reach the climax that your man can't make. Call him, tell him you'll be home real late and sing the break.